Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are currently going to Minmus, and it's going to be a little bit before we're ready to do this burn. So let's go ahead and warp on forward towards that. That will be fantastic. Apparently we missed a science pickup there, but I'm not too concerned about it. Our science is doing fine, and with a Minmus landing it will be doing more than fine. What is this? I'm thinking that might just be debris. What are you? We're not close enough to see. We'd be able to find out in the tracking center, but it's fine. So this is going to be T-minus, let's see, 30 plus 11.5 seconds. So T-minus 41.5 seconds is when we want to perform this burn, and that is indeed exactly when we're going to do it, which is right now. Excellent. So we're going to burn out this stage. And off we go with our orbital maneuvering stage. Cool. So we've got plenty of Delta V. I'm not concerned about that. We'll be able to do our braking burn with this. We'll be able to do maybe some inclination changes, just some general things that we'll want to do with this stage. In fact, we could theoretically probably land on this stage. Well, I don't know about that. Our Delta V is maybe not quite that good, but it's pretty good. There's no doubt about that. We'll go ahead and adjust our heading a tiny bit here. Minmus is, of course, very small, and so it is very difficult to see from this position. But we are barely started, as you can tell by the fact that we're basically all the way through this maneuver. I really love the way that the exponential curve works on this. Like, getting from here to here is 3/4 of the distance. And then getting from here, from here to here is, like, a 20th of the actual Delta V. It's great. Okay, so we're 4 meters per second away. Let's just go ahead and finish up this burn here. Probably good enough. Let's see what that looks like. We're coming in retrograde. I'm going to flip around to retrograde here. I think we overshot slightly. Let's see what this does. We're going to be very careful with this burn, of course. And we'll just flip to retrograde. And let's see. Yeah, that's doing what I wanted it to do. And this is fine for a periapsis. We can adjust that later on. So that's perfectly fine. We will warp on over. This is 9 days of warp. Goodbye, Moon. Goodbye, Kerbal. We're going quite a ways away. This is, of course, the furthest we've ever gone with this particular contraption. We've gone to Minmus with a satellite, and I think we've done a flyby? Did we do a flyby of Minmus? I can't remember. We should probably figure that out. The answer is no. No, we have not done a flyby of Minmus. Okay, so we're going to grab our crew report. We're going to grab our temperature scan. We do have Hadgard here, so that's perfect. We're going to grab all of our data that we can here. Perfect. We'll have Hadgard EVA and grab an EVA report and hop back in. And then we are going to collect all of that data. Then we will have Hadgard EVA. He will climb on down over this way. We can open up the service bay. And he is going to restore the Mystery Goo and the Science Junior. And then he'll observe the Mystery Goo. And he'll keep that experiment. In fact, he will collect that data and restore it again. And then he will conduct a material study and collect that data and restore it. And that's all of the data that we can store from In Space High for right now. So we will hop on up over here and climb back in. That data is now stored in the Pomegranate Reentry module. So that is perfect, and at this point, we're going to need to come down to the periapsis and do a circularization. I don't believe that this is going to be in space low at 100 kilometers, so I don't expect that we will have any additional science to do while we are working on this. So we're going to warp on over to that burn. We can position right here for now, and let's warp on over. Ah, there's Minmus. Couldn't really see it against all of the black, but once we started warping, now we can see it. Hello, Minmus. Okay, so this is going to be T-minus 7 seconds. It's going to be a pure retrograde burn. We're just going to angle retrograde here, and we'll warp to T-minus 7 seconds. And let the burn begin. So yeah, we're in space high here, as expected. Okay, that's good enough on the burn. Do we need to land anywhere in particular? A green sandstone. Where do we get a green sandstone from? Let's head back to the Space Center and check biomes here. I'm pretty sure there's 3 biomes for that one. I think the lowlands is one. One of the flats, I think. But we can check in the mission control here. So we need greater flats, great flats, or lowlands. Okay, that should be easy enough. So we'll hop on back to the Moonlander. We'll probably land on a flats. Right now we're over the slopes, and we definitely don't want to land there. So let's go ahead and bring our periapsis down to in-space low around Minmus, which is, I think one of these tells us. Maybe not the Chaospedia. This is the craft info. Seems like one of these does in fact tell us. Focus Minmus. There we go. So, atmosphere present, no. Sphere of influence, and I accidentally minimized the game by clicking out. Perfect. Info. I mean, we could check in here. Locations, celestial bodies. Okay, apparently it's not considered a celestial body. Sure. But it doesn't actually say here. So that's not what I'm looking for. I know there's one here somewhere. Those are the physical characteristics, but I'm pretty sure there's more information somewhere. At any rate, in-space low is probably like 30 kilometers or so. We'll go ahead and pop over to retrograde, and we'll just drop our periapsis down to about 25 should probably be good. And let's go ahead and warp until, well, we can actually go ahead and stop warping when we change biomes. That's okay. So that's lowlands there. We're going to want to land in a flat, I'm pretty sure. Slopes. Sure. Lowlands. Yep. Slopes. Yep. In fact, I don't want to stop until we are in space low. So we'll just go ahead and proceed here for the time being. Okay. We're continuing to drop. And we'll find out where exactly the in-space high versus in-space low altitude is. I'm pretty sure it's 30 kilometers for Minmus. So we're approaching 30 here. That's 30 kilometers. Yep, it is indeed 30 kilometers, as I thought. So we're going to need to grab ourselves quite a bit of science here. We'll go ahead and crew report, and temperature scan, and atmospheric pressure scan, and mystery goo observation, and materials study. There we go. And we will collect all of that we can. And then we'll have Hadgard hop out and perform this good old song and dance again. He'll come on down here and restore the Mystery Goo Containment Unit and the Science Junior. We'll grab that, and we will collect that data and restore it. And then we'll conduct the materials study again. We do need to grab the EVA report above the lowlands, and we will collect that data and restore that as well. Perfect. So that's all good to go. We'll store that, of course, in the hatch here. Okay, at this point, I do want to have warp stop when we change biomes, so that's fine. At the periapsis here, we're going to want to burn just to circularize. About like that. That'll do. We've got lots of science to do here yet, so that's fine. And in fact, I'm pretty sure we do have enough Delta V to land on this thing. We're not going to, but we're going to proceed here. So this is going to be a flats here. Greater flats. Perfect. We'll have Hadguard EVA and grab that EVA report, and we will proceed for the time being. For right now, we're taking our time and just collecting as much science as we can. All right. I kind of missed our burn. Let's just go ahead and get that burn done. It's less efficient here, but it's not like we're lacking for Delta V, so I'm not too concerned about it. I want to keep our... Okay, this is perfectly fine. I'm not concerned about this orbit. So we'll just go ahead and warp around here. I'm going to put a maneuver here, just as a marker for where we've started our orbit. We're going to do one full orbit here. And in that orbit, we are going to grab what science we can. So that's lowlands that we already have. Midlands. We do not have this one yet, so we'll EVA report. There we go. And we will continue to warp. Highlands, we do not have that one, so we'll grab that EVA report as well. Midlands we have. Highlands we have, of course, now. Midlands we still have. Now, we're not going to get every biome doing this, but we'll get a good selection of them anyway. We're not going to get, like, the polar biomes, and there will be others that we miss as well. But that's fine. So that's slopes, Midlands, the slopes again. I wish there was a way to have X Science only stop it if it's a new biome that has an EVA report available. As far as I know, that's not an option. So it'll just have to be every biome for right now. Lowlands is not a concern. Slopes is not an issue. Lowlands is fine. Oh, that's way too much speed. Okay. Accidentally went to 1000x. We need Great Flats here. We'll keep that. Okay. Lowlands. Midlands. Lowlands. Yep, all fine. I don't expect that there will be too much more. Lots of biome changes here, but there's only the 3 real biomes over here. Ooh, regular flats. Yes, grab that. Cool. That was kind of hard to get, but it's absolutely fine. So this is now going to be the greater flats, right? We're going to want to flop over to retrograde. We're going to want to land sometime soon. The question becomes, where do we want to land? I mean, this is on the dark side, but that's maybe okay. I'd rather not land on the dark side, but let's see. We're kind of bypassing this, but we do have greater flats here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's land on these greater flats. It's kind of hard to see, but that's fine. Okay. We don't actually care about this maneuver. All we're doing is killing our horizontal velocity here. So we'll just go on to stability assist and burn the rest of this on down. Cool. We'll call that good. And then we'll flip over to retrograde. Now, if we were to look at the actual map here, it's very hard to see. But I don't think we're quite going to be landing on the flats. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn over this direction. I think it's opposite of what I'm expecting. Yes. We're going to turn over virtually radial here. I want it to stop. Please stop. Yeah, radial is fine. And we'll position here, and we're just going to get ourselves a little bit of speed going off over this way. Because I want to make sure that we're going to land on the flats. Cool. So at this point, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in the flats. It's very hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Okay, let's go ahead and fire up the KER landing here. So, I mean, yeah, we'd be able to land on this for sure. I'm not going to. We're going to be ejecting this fairly soon, and we're going to be wasting a little bit of fuel, but that's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. For the time being, we are just going to warp in a little bit. We can see our impact time is around half an hour. So I'm not too concerned about warping in for right now. There we go. Impact time is now 2 minutes. Okay, so that was incorrect. Thanks, KER. So that seems more like it. We're going to burn off some of this speed. I'm just going to go on to stability assist here, and we're going to remain at this position and burn off our horizontal speed. That'll do. Now I'm going to eject this. We're going to be losing 100 meters per second. I'm not too concerned about it. We will extend our landing legs, and we will switch over to pure retrograde. Cool. And we will go ahead and warp on down a bit here. This is incorrect while warping, it seems. Yeah. This is definitely incorrect while warping. So that's good to know. We've got about a minute and a half here until we want to do our burn. So we'll warp forward a little bit. Now it's about a minute. Be a lot easier if we could see. For the time being, I think I'm going to do this without relying too much on this guy. I think that'll be fine. So we are about 4 kilometers above the surface here. Let's go ahead and cut our speed virtually in half here. Oh yeah, we should be in surface mode. This is absolutely correct. This is something I should have done. We were in orbital mode. Should have thought of that. We're going to go ahead and burn here until we've burned off our horizontal velocity. There we go. Or approximately there we go. We're still going about 1 meter per second, but that is actually reducing on its own, which is kind of funny. So down we go. We're about 2 kilometers above the surface, and we're going to want to burn again here pretty soon. In fact, we could burn a little bit here and there. Now that impacted the surface. There goes that 100 meters per second. We're going to decelerate here fairly hard. I think we're going to burn when it's 10 seconds on the suicide burn countdown. There we go. I like to have a little pad time on that. Cool. There we go, and we're about 400 meters above the surface. Just bringing this on down. We are now 250 meters above the surface. I'm going to take us down to about 10 meters per second. I want to be slowing down ever so slightly right now. We are burning currently. 9.5 meters per second. About 100 meters above the surface. We're going to slow down a little more quickly here. Okay. And touchdown. Cool. So there we are on the surface. No real problem. We've burned almost no fuel. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and grab our crew report and our temperature scan and our atmospheric pressure scan and our mystery goo observation and our materials study. There we go. We'll have Hadgard hop on out. He will grab an EVA report and a surface sample and hop back in. I don't know why it zoomed out so far there, but okay. And then we will go ahead and collect all of the data that we can here. And Hadgard can hop out, and we can store additional data here. We're also going to do this a total of 3 times. So we're going to open our service bay here. We will restore our mystery goo, if I can actually select it instead of the ladder. There we go. We'll restore the Science Junior as well. We'll observe that mystery goo. We can grab another surface sample as well, which we will definitely do. We will conduct the material survey. We will collect the data from the mystery goo. We'll restore that, and we will collect the data from the Science Junior as well. Restore that, and we'll observe the mystery goo. That will remain in the mystery goo, and we'll conduct the materials study up here. And we'll keep that. And for now, we'll just close the doors. We don't have anywhere else to put that data, so they will stay where they are. And in we go. Cool. We don't have anywhere else to put another surface sample either, so that's all we've got on that front. Now, a green sandstone is going to be interesting for sure, but here's a question. We do have the ComSat here, so that's fine. We're going to need to set up our our little science base here. That'll be fine. Oh, look at that. Moon lander debris currently flying out over there. About 5 kilometers away. Cool. So we're going to, I think, have Bill EVA here. And Bill is, of course, going to have to drop off his EVA pack. Although it has to be the parachute here. And then the EVA pack will be swapped with the power system. Bill is, of course, going to deploy the power system because he is an engineer. So he has to go all the way down here. And he has to figure out where he wants this base to be. Now we're on the dark side right now, but that's not going to be the case forever. So he'll just hop on down here. He could grab a surface sample, but there's not actually a point to doing that. We're just going to go a little ways away here, not as far as Jeb went previously. I think Jeb went unnecessarily far away previously. We'll go perhaps here. And we'll just go ahead and set up the solar panel. There's no sun here right now, but that will change. And then Bill's going to walk over here and he's going to plant a flag. He's going to take the initiative. We didn't tell him to do this. This is just something that Bill is planning to do. He was always planning to do this. I stole this flag. He spells flag with 2 G's. I don't know why Bill does this. It's very strange. Bill. Perfect. Good job, Bill. You stole the flag. Well, we'll come on back, and we planted a flag. That was the first flag plant on Minmus. We didn't have a contract to do that, but that's okay. And we will head on over here. And boing. That's 2 boing. That is 2 boing, Bill. Good job. I wonder if Bill will survive this. He's gonna survive it. He'll be fine. Okay, Bill. So, that was an impressive leap, but it wasn't what you were looking for. He wanted to get back on the ladder. So, we're gonna try to do this a little bit more efficiently this time, Bill. We're gonna head on back. Another thing that we could do is have a Kerbal bring him an EVA pack. It's not the end of the world. Okay. This time, we're going to attempt to leap here. So we can hopefully grab on. Well, we bounced off of the rocket. It's not that bad, but it is awkward. Bill is bad at jumping. This is something that we have learned. Okay. Well, we could position right about here. And I was mashing F for that climb button that popped up. It didn't actually happen. I think we're going to have a Kerbal bring him an EVA pack. Bill is bad at jumping. I think there's no other way around it. We're going to need to have a Kerbal bring him an EVA pack. So that is going to probably end up being Valentina's job. She wants to hop down and see if this is, in fact, mint ice cream as she believes that it is. So we're going to hop on down here. Now, we do have a surface sample, or a series of them, that explicitly claims it is definitely not made of delicious dessert products. Now, we can't actually store that surface sample anywhere, but that's fine. So Valentina will come down. She'll grab her own sample. She's not going to be able to turn that into anybody, but that's okay. And then she's going to give her EVA pack to Bill. There we go. Thanks, Valentina. Why don't you hop back in? Yeah, there was nowhere to store the scientific data, but there was somewhere to store the mint ice cream. So she is now sampling that to determine whether it is or is not, in fact, mint ice cream. And in the meantime, we will hop back over to Bill here, who now has an EVA pack, and who will simply lift off here with a little less power than his incredibly powerful legs managed to propel him with the jump. And he will hop back in. Perfect. Now, we're going to need to move around. Wait a second. Why does Valentina have an EVA pack? What just happened? Why do we have 4 EVA packs? If Valentina EVAs, she has an EVA pack. We also have 4 parachutes. That's weird. That's not supposed to happen. Well, we'll have Hadgard EVA here. And he will drop off his... Yeah, he needs to have a place to put his parachute. We need an empty slot. I don't know what happened here. Is there a way to just drop these on the ground? Like, abandon them? We should not have this... Well, we shouldn't have this EVA pack, and we shouldn't have this parachute. Those are things that should not be here. I think that's a bug. Now we don't have anywhere to put these, to deploy these parts. Well, that's weird. For sure. I guess we'll have to do a bit of research to see if we can get rid of these in some way. I don't know, maybe via, like, save editing or something? I'm not entirely sure how we'll go about doing that. They should not exist. This parachute and this EVA pack should not exist. I'm quite convinced of this. So we should have 2 slots here that we can put things in. There's not a way to dispose of these parts, as far as I know. Wait a second. We can put the GUOB down, but we can't put the experiment control unit down. But that will give us a spot, in theory. This might be okay. Let's go down. And let's bounce on over. Because that should give us an inventory slot to work with. I don't know where that parachute and that EVA suit came from. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. But I think we can still work with this. Because the volume of this was luckily low enough. So we'll put that down right there. And then we're going to need to head back over here. And we're going to need to get Hadgard up there. Good job, Hadgard. Way to go that way, Hadgard? Hadgard. Hadgard is not very good at this either. Okay. He is overshooting wildly. Thank you, Hadgard. Well, we're going to head over here. And hopefully, Hadgard will be better at jumping. Hadgard is not better at jumping. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't... Oh, if I had been mashing F there. Come on, Hadgard. Let's try that again. That time I was mashing F, but we didn't get quite close enough. Now, we could jump. We could do the EVA switcheroo again. I'm concerned if we do the EVA switcheroo again, I'm concerned that we're going to have the same problem, right? So we need to get a little bit closer here, like this, and then get the walk leap, like that. We needed to be still a little closer. If we had an extendable ladder, this wouldn't be a problem. That is technology that does not exist for us yet. Got it. Oh, no. Oh, maybe. No. That was awkward. I was mashing F, but it's all good. Okay. I keep trying... Oh, come on, Hadgard. Get up. There you go. I keep trying to get a jump at exactly the right time, but it's right when he does that leap as part of his walk animation. And this is going to be too much, isn't it? Yep, this is going to be too much. Okay, well, that's going to be interesting for sure. We're going to let him do that, and while he's doing that, I'm going to have Valentina EVA here. Yeah, he's going to come down over here. That's fine. Valentina is then, in theory... Okay, Valentina is in theory going to be able to come down here. We don't want to put either of these back inside, but I think this is fully recoverable. So, we're going to have Hadgard come over this way. He's just going to stand at the bottom of the ladder with an empty slot in his inventory. That's where our empty slot is. Empty slots are very important right now. Okay. So just stand here. Now, Valentina is going to climb down, and she's going to move her parachute into this guy's inventory. Then she's going to come back up, and she's going to grab this into her own inventory, which has an EVA pack. Right, because we need to replace the EVA pack. We have so many EVA packs. Okay, we then come down. She is carrying the correct thing. So then she can let go. And now Valentina can set this up. It doesn't matter who sets up this particular part. This is so weird. I don't know why this bug occurred that's giving us extra EVA packs and parachutes, but I'm not okay with it. So we're going to come on over this way. We're going to drop our experiment control station. Here is fine. Now we need to get 2 Kerbals up into here. So, what are we going to do that? Well, that's easy enough. So our first step is we are going to get Valentina over here. And then we're going to swap back inside. We're going to have Bill EVA. Bill is going to come down. And then he is going to give his EVA pack to Hadgard in exchange for the parachute. Hadgard is then going to EVA on up here. And he will go inside. No problem here. He'll just grab on and board. Then we're going to have Bill climb up. Bill is now going to grab Hadgard's EVA pack and swap it like that. And then he comes down and grants that EVA pack to Valentina. This is very awkward and definitely not the way this was intended to be done. But we were also not supposed to have extra EVA packs and extra parachutes. So we'll just... That was a weird teleport. Okay, Valentina is now upside down. Cool. But she can board from here, so that's perfect. And now Bill is still attached to the ladder, so he doesn't need an EVA pack. Bill is going to climb on up. And he will climb in. That is every Kerbal back in. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to have Hadgard EVA back out. He has 2 parachutes. So he's going to need to grab an EVA pack. There we go. And he will go ahead and let go. We are going to go see if we can find ourselves a green moonstone. I think this might be one right here. So let's see if that's one. Because we still need that for our contract. So that'll be fine. Fairly sure that this is a green moonstone. We'll begin our breaking. If not, we can find another one, but that's not the end of the world. Surface sample. I think it is, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Well, I can definitely find one off camera. They can be a little tedious to find sometimes, but we can do that, and next episode, we will bring these guys on home. It was a little awkward with the bug with the spawning equipment, but it wasn't the end of the world, so that is all good. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. Wait a second, it's in here, isn't it? Surface, yeah, pick up green sandstone. I'm a moron. I was trying to X-science it, but it is in this this one right here. So next episode, we are definitely going to bring these guys on home. As I was saying, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.